2014 Sprint Cup Series previews here from Motor Racing Network. Woody Cain alongside Dustin Long from MRN.com. Richard Petty Motorsports. Boy, this has been an up-and-down saga over the past few years with all the financial issues and putting the team together that they've had, the moving around. But now they feel like they've gotten all that behind them, and they're ready to take a bigger step forward than we've seen in previous years. They won some poles last year. They do have a little bit of change, however. A new crew chief for Eric Almirola, and Marcus Ambrose is saying publicly that this, he feels, is a make-or-break year for him, not because of pressure he's getting from the team, but internal pressure he's putting on himself.
Well, I mean, certainly he finished 22nd in the points last year, which is a career worst finish for him at Richard Petty Motorsports, so he's got a lot of step up to do there. And I think that's, you know, what's interesting is, like you say, he's been there so long, he's seen the growth of this organization. He signed with them, and then they had their financial issues. He's seen them kind of pick themselves up. And yeah, at some point you're like, when do you start seeing that progress even more? Last year was a step back. We'll see what this year can be. And you look at Eric Almirola, as you mentioned, new crew chief, and Trent Owens comes over from the Nationwide side. And talking with Trent, I'll tell you one thing that was interesting. He said it's been easy making that transition from going from the Nationwide shop to a Cup shop. He says the biggest challenge he thinks he's going to face is racing against Cup crew chiefs and learning their tendencies, because he's not raced against these guys, so he doesn't know what all these crew chiefs are going to do, when they're going to go for 2 tires, when they're going to go for 4, and certainly, you know, pit strategy is something that's very pivotal, and if the right strategy can gain you a few spots, the wrong strategy can lose you a few spots, and it'll be interesting to see how that plays into with Eric Almirola coming off a career-high 18th place finish in the points last season. 3rd full season at RPM. I think a lot of people are expecting some bigger and better things. We'll see if he and the team can deliver this year.
One thing that should help them on that front is financial stability. They feel like they've gotten some of those issues behind them, and they've just signed Smithfield for a new deal. They've renewed their sponsorship, seems very steady and solid on Marcus Ambrose's car, so at least they're not worried about that part as much as other teams. Obviously, though, you'd like to have more whenever you can get it.
Well, they know the trucks are going to the racetracks, whereas a few years ago that was a question for a few races. So I think that's the big question. They feel like they're getting the pieces put together of the puzzle. They're starting with they're developing. They're getting some younger drivers. They're got Corey LaJoie in the fold. They've got Ryan Truex. Now obviously he's doing some running for BK Racing. But he's basically on loan, and I think they're going to expect to have both LaJoie and Truex do some nationwide racing this season, and that's kind of the future of their organization. So as they continue to bring in money, continue to build, they look toward the future, and we'll see what happens with that organization.
You can read more about Richard Petty Motorsports and all the teams as we get set for 2014 at MRN.com, and you can always follow along in real time of our conversation on Twitter. Our handle is @MRN Radio. Use the hashtag AskMRN.